So yeah, we're on year 33. I'm an ASU business grad, still an alumni operating this store 33 years later. We're basically almost like a bookstore with no books for ASU fans every need.
33 years doing this, how much have you seen? I mean, I graduated 10 years ago now, and I don't even recognize different spots of campus. Just seeing the growth of the university over time, what has that been like?
It's been interesting. I mean, when we got here, there were 14 stores within a 2-mile radius that either were all ASU or dabbled in ASU, and now there's like 3 or 4 of us left. I got to see the Cardinals come here and share a stadium with the Sun Devils. And then eventually they got their own new digs, moved out to Glendale. Before that, we were getting a national championship every 4 years. We had a Super Bowl. We had the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl block party, which was the 8th best place to be for New Year's Eve. And then it's just changed quite a bit. After 22 years, we outgrew our old space and moved here 13 years ago. So I think it's 13, maybe 15. But yeah, it's I've seen everything from, a financial collapse in the late 2009-10 area. I've seen COVID happen. Like, we've seen the football team go through back-to-back 3-win seasons for the first time since World War II. So yeah, we've seen it all.
Kind of to that point, what is it like seeing the way the Sun Devil football team has turned things around, and then in turn, what has that done for you guys here with interest in the football team and selling the jerseys and everything?
That was a really interesting time because everybody had a very hard time getting through COVID, and then having football again in 2021 for the first time in person, it was insane. It was like everybody had been in a cage and got to release themselves to the public and see football in person for the first time in 2 years. And so you start to bounce back coming out of COVID, but then we have the back-to-back 3-win seasons. We have all the turmoil that's going on in the program. And then Kenny comes in, preaching Activate the Valley, but we still have a rough first year. And then last year was something that I think this ASU economy really, really needed. It really helped everyone kind of bounce back from a couple of really rough years.
Overarching, what does it do for a local business like yourself, obviously specializing in ASU, when
Sure.
the football team goes on a run like that and volleyball wins the Big 12? I mean, the interest in Arizona State apparel probably was just, skyrocketing.
Sure. I mean, August through December can represent anywhere from 45 to 55% of our sales for the whole year. If we don't have last year, it's probably closer to maybe 40, 45%. Whereas opposed, we went on that super long run, and it was a huge boost to us financially.
And what about when the team does, they got the Maroon Monsoon coming up and the different specialty nights? Does that help drive some interest in business for you as well when somebody's coming in and trying to get stuff to fit the themes and
Yep.
things like that?
Yeah, Maroon Monsoon, the blackout games, family weekend, homecoming, those are all super, super important weekends for us. One of the things that a lot of people really don't think about in the scope of being an ASU store owner is we are at the mercy of those TV networks and when they want to pick up the games after September. During September, they can't have a kickoff earlier than 7 o'clock because of the excessive heat warnings. But yeah, I mean, it means everything to us. Without those games, or you get an early kickoff, like a 12:30 kick, you lose almost an entire day's sales.
And when Kenny comes in, you said obviously there's energy. He's talking about activating the valley. For you as a business owner, you hear that, and then in a year, 2 years down the road, you kind of see it come to fruition.
It's really cool because when he first said it, I think after about a year of getting hired or a year and a half, we decided to start selling some products that say Activate the Valley, and not just selling the products. We were actually building in an NIL donation. And we were kind of hoping that people would get more excited with that, but it took until we were like 6-2, 7-2, 8-2. That BYU game really changed things last year, and it was really cool to see. Like, I would turn to my wife and say, "We're 6-2. Like, why are we not selling out games?" Everybody wanted a winner, but they really still hadn't embraced Activate the Valley yet. But once we got to that, hey, we're 8-2, we're going to play BYU, then we win, we're 9-2, now a really good chance that we're going to play for the Big 12 championship. It was cool to see all of that progress.
When the team got to the Big 12 and ultimately the college football playoff, was that maybe the busiest that you had been in recent memory?
It was pure insanity. It was like my staff and I were drinking out of a fire hose. The amount of merchandise that was coming in every day, the amount of online orders, we actually had to limit our hours in the store because we couldn't handle things. So and I've been through 4 national championships here. I've been through a Super Bowl here. I had been through a Rose Bowl run in '96. I've seen so many hot market situations, never experienced anything like last year.